Hello, friends. Welcome to Storycraft. On this channel, you will enjoy world top stories. Let's view the video. Top 5 DARPA projects that sound like sci-fi. Part 1. Project Silent Talk. Communicating by thought. Imagine being on the battlefield, surrounded by chaos, and instead of shouting commands or relying on hand signals, you simply think, and your team instantly knows your message. This isn't a fantasy from a futuristic novel. It's Project Silent Talk, one of DARPA's most mind-bending initiatives. The goal? To create a system that allows soldiers to communicate telepathically. DARPA's ambitious plan starts with understanding the neural signals our brains use when we formulate words before we speak them. Known as pre-speech brain activity, this internal monologue happens a fraction of a second before we vocalize thoughts. Project Silent Talk aims to intercept these signals using EEG, electroencephalography sensors, and decode them into actual words or commands. The implications are staggering. If successful, soldiers could communicate silently in stealth operations with no need for radios or physical gestures that could give away their position. This could also be revolutionary for covert operations, space missions, or even for people. With speech disabilities, the system works in 3 stages. Capture. EEG sensors detect brainwaves corresponding to pre-speech. Translation. Software decodes these brainwaves into digital signals. Transmission. The signals are sent wirelessly to another user, who receives them as speech or text. In tests, DARPA researchers managed to identify and differentiate between words like up, down, left, and right, purely from brainwave activity. The technology is still in its early stages, but it's rapidly advancing. What makes this project feel like science fiction is not just the concept of mind reading, but the fact that it's becoming reality. Combining neuroscience, AI, and military strategy, Project Silent Talk could one day render traditional speech in combat zones obsolete. And while the military applications are clear, the civilian uses are just as exciting. Imagine communicating silently during a noisy concert, or sending messages in secret without a phone. Or even better, helping stroke victims speak again just by thinking. As with all DARPA projects, there are ethical concerns, privacy, hacking of thoughts, and the psychological impact of such intimate technology. But one thing is clear. Project Silent Talk is turning thought into action, quite literally. Part 2. The Avatar Project, controlling robots with the human mind. Imagine a soldier safely stationed thousands of miles away, remotely controlling. A humanoid robot that can perform surveillance, defuse bombs, or even engage in combat. Welcome to DARPA's Avatar Project, where the line between human and machine blurs into science fiction territory. Inspired by the movie Avatar, this real DARPA initiative seeks to create robot surrogates that humans can operate with their minds. The concept is to develop a semi-autonomous bipedal machine that can mimic a human operator's actions, allowing the user to inhabit the robot as if it were their own body. The long-term vision is stunning. A soldier could enter a virtual control room, wear a neural interface, and see through the robot's eyes using a VR headset. With haptic feedback gloves and brainwave syncing, they could walk, run, manipulate objects, or rescue wounded teammates, all from a safe, remote location. This isn't just an engineering challenge. It requires deep integration of neuroscience, robotics, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. The robot must understand complex terrain, respond to voice commands or neural signals, and carry out orders in real time. DARPA's research teams are also exploring how to give these avatars tactile sensation, so when the robot touches something, the human operator feels it too. This could revolutionize not only military tactics but also disaster response, space exploration, and even medical surgery in war zones. One major component of the Avatar project is neural interface technology, a direct link between brain and a machine. While it sounds futuristic, devices like Elon Musk's Neuralink or the US Army's next-gen neural wearable tech suggest it's not far off. Ethically, the project raises tough questions. What if such robots malfunction or are hacked? What psychological effects might emerge from long-term remote operation? Could soldiers lose their sense of reality by spending too much time inhabiting a machine? Still, DARPA's Avatar project pushes the boundary of what it means to be present. In the not-so-distant future, warfighters might control machines with their minds, turning science fiction into science fact and rewriting the rules of war. Part 3. Insect Allies. Bioengineering bugs to save or destroy. What if the next? Revolution in warfare or agriculture didn't come from drones or satellites, but from bugs. That's the vision behind DARPA's Insect Allies project. It's not a science fiction plot. It's a very real and controversial research initiative that seeks to use genetically modified insects to deliver engineered viruses directly to crops. The idea sounds harmless, or even beneficial, at first. Insect Allies was initially pitched as a way to protect American agriculture from drought, disease, and biological attacks. Picture this: a swarm of aphids flying into a field of corn and delivering a gene-editing virus that makes the crop resistant to an oncoming pathogen. Within hours, the plants are immunized, saved by flying medics. DARPA focuses on 3 main components: genetic engineering of crops to make them responsive to viral editing, creation of plant-targeted viruses capable of editing genes with CRISPR-like precision, deployment through insects such as aphids, leafhoppers, or whiteflies. But here's where it gets wild and deeply controversial. Many scientists and bioethics experts fear that insect allies could be the precursor to biological weapons. The same gene-editing virus used to protect a crop could be modified to destroy one. And once released, the insects carrying those viruses could spread uncontrollably. Imagine a weaponized locust swarm silently devastating an enemy's food supply without a single shot fired. This isn't a dystopian future, it's a technical possibility. DARPA insists the program is defensive. But concerns from around the world, especially from European scientists, have led to calls for more transparency and strict regulation. Beyond warfare, insect allies could have peaceful applications. Genetically engineered bugs might one day help fix failing ecosystems, support climate adaptation, or rapidly respond to bioemergencies. But the dual-use nature of this technology makes it one of DARPA's most feared and fascinating programs. Whether savior or destroyer, one thing is certain: the future of war and food security might come buzzing on tiny wings. Part 4. The Synthetic Blood Program. Life from a lab blood is life. But in war zones or disasters, getting access to it can mean the difference between survival and death. DARPA's synthetic blood program aims to change that forever by developing lab-grown blood that can be stored, transported, and used in critical emergencies without relying on human donors. Synthetic blood isn't just a medical curiosity, it's a necessity. Soldiers wounded on the battlefield often need blood transfusions within minutes. But blood supplies are limited, must match blood types, and require refrigeration. DARPA's vision is to create a universal synthetic blood substitute that can be administered on the spot, anywhere, anytime. The program focuses on 2 core goals: creating artificial red blood cells that can transport oxygen like real ones, ensuring universal compatibility, so one type fits all, with no risk of rejection. Initial trials have already produced promising results. Researchers are using hemoglobin-based oxygen carriers, HBOCs, and stem cell-derived red cells that mimic the functionality of natural ones. These synthetic cells can endure harsh conditions, don't need refrigeration, and have a longer shelf life. In one phase of testing, DARPA-funded researchers developed respirocytes, nanotech-inspired red blood cell mimics that can carry up to 200 times more oxygen than natural cells. These could allow soldiers to survive longer with less blood or breathe in low-oxygen environments. Another breakthrough came when synthetic blood helped resuscitate test animals suffering from severe blood loss. the implications for human use are enormous. From treating trauma in war to emergency rooms and disaster zones where conventional blood is unavailable. But synthetic blood raises serious ethical and safety concerns. Could it transmit diseases? Could terrorists weaponize it with toxins or nanotech? Would it be accepted by human bodies long term? Despite the hurdles, DARPA continues to invest heavily in this research, believing synthetic blood could save countless lives. In the near future, a medic might carry a single pouch of synthetic blood that could treat anyone in need. No donor, no delay, no risk. Part 5. The Ac-2V Sea Hunter, the ghost ship. With no crew, imagine a warship that sails the ocean, detects enemy submarines, navigates storms, avoids obstacles, and performs complex missions, with zero human crew on board. Welcome to DARPA's Ac-2V, or Anti-Submarine Warfare Continuous Trail Unmanned Vessel, nicknamed the Sea Hunter, a fully autonomous warship that looks like something out of a futuristic naval sci-fi movie. This 132-foot-long trimaran was created to hunt silent, diesel-electric enemy submarines that pose threats in contested waters. Unlike traditional ships, which require dozens or even hundreds of sailors to operate, the Sea Hunter runs itself, using artificial intelligence, advanced sonar, GPS, radar, and deep-sea navigation systems. But the Sea Hunter isn't just another drone. It's designed to operate autonomously for up to 90 days at sea, non-stop without needing fuel refills. Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel Storycraft for more interesting videos.